Good morning, friends. Today, Miss Renee is going to read you a story called Adventures at Walnut Grove. Sammy was a unique squirrel. Sammy had something that no other animals in the forest ever seen, and that made him special. Can you see what was different about Sammy? He was a squirrel, but he had eyes like a raccoon. Look at his eyes, he looks like a raccoon. He was different from all the other squirrels, but that didn't bother him. Sammy had lots of friends, and they all loved him just the way he was. But it wasn't always that way. School was out. Every summer, Sammy and his friends went to Paradise Pond to stay at Walnut Grove Resort. There were many games to play. One of their favorites was Walnut Ball. Playing Walnut Ball was always exciting. It was time for the first game of the summer. The teams were picked and Rocky was up to bat. The first walnut was thrown and Rocky hit a home run. All the animals cheered. Rocky was one of the best players on the team. Sammy was up to bat next. He wasn't as good a player as his friend Rocky, but he always tried his best, and that was all that mattered. Sammy was very nervous. "Keep your eyes on the walnut, Sammy," yelled his mom. "Hit a home run, Sammy. You can do it," screamed his sister. Sammy was about to hit the walnut when he heard something that surprised him. "Sammy has raccoon eyes," yelled Bucky Beaver from the outfield. Sammy missed the walnuts. Sammy did have raccoon eyes, but his friends never teased him. Bucky was new to the team, and he wanted Sammy to miss the walnut. Look how sad Sammy looks. He's crying. Sammy's feelings were hurt. He never called animals in the forest bad names. Sammy's mom always told him to treat others as he would like to be treated, and Sammy did just that. He was always nice to the other animals. Sammy didn't understand why Bucky was teasing him. He tried to ignore him, but Bucky kept right on calling him raccoon eyes. Sammy struck out. He couldn't get those words out of his head. That afternoon, after the game, all the animals went to Paradise Pond to go swimming, even though Bucky the Beaver was not a very good swimmer. All the animals knew that it was important for a beaver to be a good swimmer, and so did Bucky. He practiced every day and was getting better, but his friends swam better than he did. Pokey decided that swimming races would be fun, and all of the animals agreed, so they picked teams. The problem was that no one wanted Bucky on his team. He was picked last because he was a slow swimmer. "Sorry you were picked last, Bucky, but you are a slowpoke," said Pokey. That night, Bucky's dad tucked him into bed. Woody knew that Bucky was sad because the other animals thought he was a slowpoke. "Bucky, one day you'll be a good swimmer. You just have to keep trying," Woody said gently. "Earlier in the day, at the Walnut game, I heard you call Sammy Raccoon Eyes." Calling Sammy Raccoon Eyes probably made him feel sad, too. Teasing any animal is not nice. "You have to treat others as you would like to be treated." Bucky bowed his head sadly and replied, "I think that Sammy learned that lesson a long time ago. I've never heard him call anyone bad names." The next morning, as Bucky was walking to the field, his mind drifted back to the swimming races at Paradise Pond. Bucky recalled how upset he had been because he was called a slowpoke. Until that day at the pond, he hadn't realized how wrong name-calling was. Pokey overheard them talking. Oops, missed a page. Bucky approached the field and saw everyone practicing for the game. He ran over to apologize to Sammy before the game started. "Sammy, I'm sorry for calling you Raccoon Eyes. I was just trying to distract you so that you wouldn't be able to hit the walnut. I just wanted to win the game. I didn't realize that I was hurting your feelings." "I accept your apology, Bucky. I hope you will not call anyone names anymore," Sammy replied. Bucky added, "I promise I won't do it again. Now I know how it feels to be teased." Pokey overheard them talking and knew that he needed to apologize too. Pokey approached Bucky and said, "I'm sorry for calling you a slowpoke. It was not a very nice thing to say. I knew that you tried your best when you swim, and that's all that matters. Bucky gave Pokey's words a lot of thought, and then he replied, I think we can all agree that we will not be teasing anyone anymore. That day, they all had fun playing Walnut Ball. No one teased anyone, and no one worried about winning or losing. They were just good friends, having a good time, playing a game that they loved. The end. Have a good day, boys and girls. See you next week.